The woman tells the child to go into the swimming pool and walks away. As soon as the child steps into the pool, on the other side, a poor woman was cleaning her food to eat when suddenly someone snatched her food and ran away. Just then, a kind spirit appears, touches the water, and disappears. The child begins to walk on the water. When the poor woman sees the child near the swimming pool from above the wall, she shouts, "Be careful, child, you might fall." She jumps over the wall and grabs the child. Just then, the woman arrives, and seeing the child alive, she says, "Did this beggar woman save the child? Stay away from this child." Beggar woman run away. The husband arrives and grabs the baby from her. Woman says, "She was trying to steal our child." The husband says, "Leave my house and don't ever come near it again." The poor woman leaves. The next morning, the husband enters the room, doesn't see the child, and shouts, "What happened?" The wife asks. "My son is not in the room. We must call the police." The husband brings the police to the poor woman's place. "Madam, wake up." The husband says, "This is my child," and picks him up. The officer says, "You are being arrested for taking a minor child." The poor woman screams, "I am innocent," but the police take her away. Meanwhile, the poor woman says in jail, "Please let me out. The child's life is in danger. I am innocent. Please check the camera footage. You have access." The officer takes her to the security office. "Please show me last night's footage." They watch the footage. The woman is seen leaving the child outside and walking away. The poor woman is seen calling the child and taking him with her. The poor woman says, "Look, there she is," and runs. "Stop, fugitive," the officer shouts. Next movement. The police say, "You must come with us." The poor woman says, "Please listen. She is a very bad woman. Come and look here." The woman says, "Now I will be free from you forever, and say hello to your mother. Finally, all your father's wealth will be mine." A few days earlier, the wife and her friend were sitting and eating fruit. The friend said, "Your husband seems like a very good person." The wife said, "Yes, he is caring and kind." The husband arrived and said, "I'm going to change," and left. The wife said, "Sorry, I'll be back too," and left. She went outside and said, "Here, fruit for you." The poor woman said, "Thank you so much," and began eating. The friend came outside and said, "You are still the same. You still pity the poor. Enough now. Go away from here." The poor woman left. Both went inside. The friend poured a drink for the wife and secretly added poison. The wife unknowingly drank it. Suddenly, her throat hurt and she collapsed. The friend cleverly hid the poison container. The husband arrived, saw his wife on the floor, held her, and began crying. A few days later, the husband and the wife's friend come home with a lawyer. The lawyer says, "Now you must hear her will. I, in full senses, leave all my property to my son. If anything happens to my son, then my property will go to my husband. That is all. Now I must leave." The lawyer leaves. The husband says, "Why did my wife put everything in our son's name? Maybe there was some goodness in it." The friend says, "I must tell you a secret. Your wife chose to die herself because she wasn't happy with you. She was in deep depression, but calm down. I am with you. Maybe that's what she wanted." She hugs the husband. At that moment, the poor woman says, "Officer, she is guilty. Arrest her." The husband arrives. "Let my wife go." The officer says, "Your wife has confessed to murdering your first wife." At that moment, the poor woman takes the child out of the coffin. "She even tried to kill this child." The husband says, "Officer, take her away before she destroys more families." The police arrest the woman. The husband begins crying, "Oh, my wife, forgive me." He apologizes to the poor woman. "I treated you badly. Because of you, my child is safe today." The spirit of the first wife appears. "Don't worry, sir. Even after death, I kept taking care of you and my son." Evil always gets exposed. Sooner or later, truth reaches its destination. And always remember, never abandon faith, because a kind-hearted person can change anyone's life.